Jack, everyone's favorite photographer. Woo-hoo. We're going to be going live with Ashley O'Hara, and she's going to tell us about herself. She finished 7th or 8th in Jacksonville, and she's going to go live with us here in a second. Ashley's joining right now.
Hi,
Hey,
how are
how are
you?
you? I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. How's it going in Florida today?
It's nice and hot. It's like 90 degrees today.
Okay, not so much here in Idaho today.
What's the weather like?
Crazy windy today, but
Yeah.
no snow, so we're good.
I love snow. That's one thing I miss about living up north.
Well, come on over anytime, I guess, once Corona slows down, and then you can experience it for quite a while.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about Jacksonville because you finished in the top 10.
Yeah, it was an exciting day. It was very,
Yeah. Is that one of your first elite races you were telling me about?
actually, that was my first elite race. I had previously done age group for the 2 years prior to that, so
Hmm.
this year I thought I would give Elite a try, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
Yeah. What do you think about the course?
Very fast. It's
Yeah.
definitely an experience with such an incredible group of athletes, and
Hmm.
a great experience to be alongside them. So fast, and I loved it. It was fun. It was something totally different than what I'm used to around here. Around here, I'm used to a lot of snow and
Hmm.
mountains and hills. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss the mountains. I used to go hiking a lot in North Carolina.
So you're originally from North Carolina?
Yeah, I grew up in North Carolina, but now I've been living in Florida for 5 or 6 years.
What brought you to Florida?
College.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very,
so I started going to college in Tampa, but I ended up dropping out and then came to college in Orlando for a few years, and I ended up dropping out of college there too.
and that's what's brought you to doing photography?
Hmm. Yeah, so I started photography like 5 or 6 years ago when I started going to college because I was looking for different avenues to make money, and I was a broke college student, so I was like, maybe I'll start shooting events. So I actually borrowed my teacher's camera to go shoot an event called Green Beret Challenge. It's a more local southeastern event. So shot for them, and then ever since then just started OCR.
Very good. What's your favorite OCR event that you've taken pictures at?
I love shooting a 12-hour and a 24-hour events. Um, they're fun. I just like the challenge, how dark it is, and then having to figure out how to light it.
I've never done a 24-hour event. So do you have to carry all of your equipment with you, or is it all like everything in a backpack, or you do all your edits later, or how does it work?
So when I shoot a 24-hour event, I usually have to carry the lights with me. Some courses you can ride around in their carts or drive around in a car. Like in Sweden, a lot of the course was actually on the roads. So
Okay.
you could actually just drive to most of the obstacles and just unload all the camera equipment and then just take pictures of the athletes. And then just figuring out where the athletes are is usually the hardest part because you just never know where they are.
So you try to capture everyone all in, I guess 24 hours would make sense. It makes it maybe a little bit easier to try to capture photos of everyone.
Yeah, 20, you have a lot of time to do what you need to do, and you can take lunch breaks. I usually get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and then 24 hours is a lot of time to be able to capture everything you need to capture. And then I usually won't be able to get everyone, but I do try my best. Usually my main priority is the elites.
Okay, very cool. Well,
Yeah,
I've never done a 24-hour race. Not sure if that will be in my wheelhouse, but I'd certainly like to give it a try in the future. So
yeah,
we'll
you should. You should definitely try it sometime. It's a lot of fun. And the community is pretty awesome.
That's what brought me into OCR. Definitely the
Mm.
community of people is just incredible. Every race I've done, I've met someone new, and they're always so welcoming and helping out and just encourage a lot of encouragement. So it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. What events do you think about doing later this year when Corona passes by?
So my plan was to follow the U.S. National Series this year, and so hopefully, if we're back on course in July, I'd like to do Utah, and then West Virginia, and hopefully go to Tahoe. So that's kind
Yeah.
of my now. We're all up in air what our plans will be. So right now, I'm just focusing on um, getting my mountain legs and
Mm.
doing lots of still everything's pretty well the same here. I'm fortunate I still am able to work. I work at a dairy here in Idaho, and then otherwise just been running and keeping I guess less people around, but keeping busy.
Yeah.
So
And how are you holding up during the virus and everything going on?
I'm very fortunate that, like I said, I'm able to work. I work here at a dairy farm. I manage the genetics here, so that hasn't stopped. The dairy never stops working,
Yeah.
so that way. I certainly do miss everyone. Not as many group runs or group events. So,
Mm.
and I miss the OCR community. I was really looking forward to going to Seattle and then to Montana. Montana is my favorite race.
Yeah.
I've done it the last 2 years, um, and I love it. So, hoping that we can go back next year. So.
Yeah. Montana is probably one of my favorite venues. It's- I heard there was a lot of bears on course. I think last year, some people saw some bears.
That I wasn't fortunate enough to see a bear, or maybe I was fortunate that I did not see a bear. Uh,
Yeah.
the only time I've seen bears when we're running these events is actually in Tahoe. I've
Oh,
seen
really?
yeah, so but
Yeah. Did you do Tahoe last year?
I did not actually last year. After Big Bear,
Mm.
I got a stress fracture, so I was off for the rest of the year. I did
Oh,
not make
okay.
Utah, but I did come back and I did Whistler at the end of the year. Um,
Okay.
in BC, and then took the rest of the year to. I just realized I wasn't at the potential to run Tahoe, and maybe
Mm.
it was maybe it was a blessing because last year did not look so great with the weather
Oh, yeah.
Tahoe. So hopefully this coming year that I can take part in of it, but we'll see
Mm.
what our race schedule looks like. So
Yeah. Yeah. Tahoe was very cold and snowy, and they delayed the race a couple hours, if I remember right. But it was a fun one. You did not miss anything.
I I was watching from afar and I was kind of thinking, yeah, today was maybe not a bad day. That
Yeah. Yeah. Whistler was a little bit warmer, but I remember it was raining. So I was at Whistler.
okay,
And I remember it raining, right?
yes,
And it was cold and miserable.
I loved it. I thought it was great. But
Yeah.
I guess it was my first time back on course since May, so maybe I was just on an adrenaline rush because I just thought it was awesome. So
Yeah. Yeah. Whistler was a fun venue, and I loved the area. I remember adventuring out after the race, and I saw a wild bear in the woods.
that's pretty cool. I actually went water rafting there. I was there with my mom and dad. That was their first race to see me take part in, so that was pretty cool to
Oh
have them.
yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we can go back this year. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what my schedule's like. Everything's popping.
Great. A lot of uncertainty. As long as staying healthy, staying safe. That's what's main.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you doing in your quarantine time?
Nothing. I've been sleeping in a hammock.
Solid, I
It's
guess.
kind of like yeah,
Enjoy and get.
yeah, it's kind of like my mid-afternoon activity. I just go and take a nap in a hammock for a few hours, and then watch Netflix, go out for a run. Tomorrow I'm getting a bicycle, so I'm gonna go and start exploring some bike trails here in Central Florida, the one or two that we have. So
Yeah, you got a tough winter going on there, so enjoy it.
yeah, I think the coldest we had like a 3 day winter and it went down to like the 40s. It's quite miserable.
That's when we were in Jacksonville, taking part in that spring. That, that was pretty cold. I brought shorts and t-shirt thinking that I'd be okay, and not
Oh
wearing.
yeah, yeah. It was chilly and up in Jacksonville because that's kind of near Georgia, but it wasn't too bad. I thought it was gonna be much worse.
Well, I'm grateful it wasn't any worse. I was hoping for a tan while I was there.
Yeah, yeah. You missed out. You still, if you come like during the summer, you'll get a tan for sure because it's like 100 degrees in the summer.
Well, let's just all plan to come back to Utah hopefully in
Yeah,
July. So
yeah. I'm thinking about bringing my bike to Utah so I can just ride around instead of running after the athletes.
good idea. As long as you
Yeah,
can climb those hills, that will be good.
yeah, for sure. Well, that's all I have for you. Do you have any other questions?
Which race would you highly recommend that I definitely get to? Any OCR event? I've only taken part in the Spartan races. Which one would you say is pretty awesome?
I would definitely recommend Tough Mudder Chicago and Obstacle Course Racing World Championships in Vermont.
That looks like a pretty cool experience, so I'll
Yeah,
have to look at that.
yeah, I think you should definitely do a Tough Mudder and give out the World Championships a try.
You have to qualify for that one, right?
Yes, but I'm pretty sure you're probably qualified.
We'll see. I bet. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Have have fun working.
Yeah, you enjoy sleeping in a hammock.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.